Corvallis with a one-game lead in the South in the second consecutive season by virtue of winning the first half and clinching home field advantage. Sweep an 8 straight. Could use more than a day. Could use some time off to completely heal from a foot injury that he sustained back in April while playing for Larry Lee's outstanding program in the Cal Poly Mustangs. Ryan Stafford, he's only been with the team a week, but he's already ingratiated himself with his teammates. I could tell by the way they were reacting to him sitting alongside yours truly for the pregame interview. They were trying to distract him and mock him with different noises and faces, and he maintained his poise all the way through the conversation, as you will hear coming up next. Ryan Stafford's folks are here, Dave and Lisa. Dave was a pitcher for Bob Milano and the California Golden Bears in the late 80s, and both of Ryan's folks graduated from Cal. Dave Stafford's father played basketball on the national championship team for Pete Newell at California. So this is a Cal Berkeley household, but Ryan Stafford is plying his craft and going to school at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. We'll meet Ryan next as we get ready for the heat today. 80 degrees now, moving to the low 90s. Great to have you with us. Ryan Stafford coming up on 1240 Joe Radio.
We set 'em up.
Thank you.
Knock 'em down. Island Bowl. Family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
Financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll have advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals, and we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541
77.
Here we go.
Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man.
1240 Joe Radio.
Welcome back in on this warm, beautiful Sunday afternoon. The nights in his life, from what I understand. Ryan Stafford, a newcomer to the roster, recently joining me. Ryan, it's great to see you. You haven't been with the club that long, but you broke in with a 3-for-4 game against these guys last week up in Portland, and it looks like after some time off, you still feel pretty comfortable. But tell me a little bit, and our audience, what happened? You had to shut it down for over a month or so, but you were dealing with a foot injury essentially all spring. So what happened?
So about midway through our season last year, I fouled a pitch right off my foot, and it was hurting pretty bad for the rest of the season, so I got that checked out. But yeah, I was glad it's healed, so I'm happy to be up here having a great time so far.
What, you played with pain then? You just kind of played through it. You were told or cleared by people, hey, you could shut it down, but you could also play. You chose to play, and from what I understand, Larry Lee rarely took you out of the lineup. You're catching constantly. So how tough was it to kind of grind through that?
No, I actually never got it checked out, so there was no problem there. Like, I didn't have to get cleared, but wait, what was the second question? Sorry.
Well, just you never did have it evaluated.
Yeah.
You just played through the pain. How difficult was it?
It was pretty tough. Like, it hurt every day, pretty much. Like, even days I wasn't playing, it just hurt to walk on, run on. So, pretty much grinding through that every day, and then just getting through it was tough. But yeah, I mean, playing a lot of games like that, it's fun. I enjoyed it.
Now, we're sitting next to Kayla over here, who's one of the team trainers for you guys. She probably isn't thrilled to hear that it wasn't evaluated. You didn't have it looked at.
Yeah.
Did you sit on that kind of? I mean, you want to play. You don't want to come out of the lineup. Is there a point where you have to use some wisdom and then maybe shut down for a while? Is that what you did this summer before coming up here?
Yeah, exactly. Once I got that checked out, I realized I had a bone that was broken. So once I realized that one, I decided I had to stay off it for a while before I was able to come up here and play. But yeah.
How's it feeling now?
It's actually feeling really good. The last couple of days, it's been feeling a lot better. I think just starting to move on it again, there was a little bit of pain. But yeah, right now it's feeling really good.
So to grind through it as you did from April through the rest of the year at Cal Poly, from what I understand, too, because of the way you're swinging, the way you're receiving 19. We'll talk more about him in a moment. But what was your path to Cal Poly?
I actually committed here to Cal Poly pretty early. It was my sophomore year, but it was my first offer. Once I checked it out, met the coaches, I thought it was a perfect fit for me. So I just ended it there and committed. So.
And how far is San Luis Obispo from Folsom, where you grew up?
It's about 5 hours. Perfect distance.
Yeah, great. And so your parents, who I met, I had the pleasure of meeting Dave and Lisa. Your folks are here. Did they get to come to most of your games?
Yeah, they came to all of our home series. So they came down pretty much every weekend almost. So that was really cool that they were able to come watch every day.
What about being up here with the Knights, Ryan? Ryan Stafford, my guest. The Pacific Northwest, Corvallis, Oregon. How much experience have you had with it, and what do you make of it so far?
I've never really been up this way too much. I think we took one trip a few years back to Oregon, but yeah, it's being able to check out this new area. I love it. So Corvallis is awesome. This field's awesome. The fan base is really cool. So far it's been amazing up here.
You haven't been with the team that long, but I could tell by the way Sean Weiss was kind of looking at you going by. It looks like you've made some friends already. Yeah. Do you feel like this is the type of atmosphere and clubhouse and team that you're really enjoying?
Yeah, it's a bunch of great guys. I feel like I've been here for a month. I'm already so tight with a lot of the guys. It makes it a lot of fun. So it's like a family already.
You had a chance to play alongside every day a guy that went number 8 overall. Tremendous player in Brooks Lee and a great young man. He was here in 2019. Tell me a little bit about watching him, his approach, his habits, what you might have learned as a teammate of his, watching him go about his business day by day.
Yeah, he's one of the hardest workers I've ever met, and he's so smart on the field. So just watching him go about his business every day, I learned a lot personally, and he was a mentor to me a lot of times. So it was really cool to have him along my side like this whole first year in college. So I learned a ton from him, but beyond that, he's a great person too. So it's really cool.
It's good to hear, and we're really happy for him, a former Knight, one of the great players ever to wear the uniform here. Final thing, Ryan, your folks I had a chance to meet. They seem like really nice people, too. They met at Cal. Did they have any Cal, Golden Bear, Berkeley stuff left in their souls at all? Ryan Stafford. We're going to take a 90-second break and come back with the first pitch on this warm Sunday afternoon. The Knights and Pickles coming up, 1240, Joe Radio.
Looking for someone to service your Volkswagen?
Thank you.
Independent Auto Works has been taking care of Volkswagen.
So that leaves us 30 back, but we'll get them. We'll find them.
Mechanics is over 80 years of combined
Okay, thank you.
Working on Volkswagens. And if you need just a part, whether your VW is old or new, air-cooled or water-cooled, Independent Auto Works can help. Give them a call or stop by. They're on 13th Street near the OSU campus in Corvallis. Independent Auto Works, the guys you can trust.
Your satisfaction is our success. Independent Auto Works.
Downward Dog across the OSU campus is serving up cold drinks and tasty food on their sunny patio. Burgers like the Hangover Helper or Double Trouble. If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty and enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches. And breakfast is served until 2. The food at Downward Dog is made fresh from scratch and locally sourced whenever possible. And they specialize in mouth-watering handcrafted cocktails and thirst-quenching local microbrews. So stop by the Downward Dog today. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on 23rd and Monroe across from the OSU campus.
This is Mike Parker for Even Flow Plumbing, your trusted award-winning plumber for the Mid-Valley. Even Flow specializes in complete plumbing and drain cleaning solutions for residential and commercial jobs. They treat your home like it's their home, and their flat rate pricing means no surprises at the end of the job. Even Flow takes pride in doing the job right the first time. Just call 541-738-8853 for all your plumbing needs. When you need a pro, go with the flow. Even Flow Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
Wyatt King will lead things off against Knights right-hander Matt Egger in his final game with the Knights this summer. Delivers, and Wyatt King drives it to deep left center field. Back goes Briley Knight at the warning track, tries to pull it in and can't. Center fielder Logan Johnstone gathers in the alley in right center off the track. And a good start for the Portland Pickles, I dare say. The first pitch of the ball game is clubbed to the alley into left center field, and Wyatt King out of UCSB with a leadoff double, and that'll bring Kyler Stancato, transferring from Washington State to Cal State Bakersfield and a former Corvallis Knight, coming to the plate. But a nice swing put on the baseball by Wyatt King out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. The second, Stancato takes a first pitch strike, 0-1 the count. Matthew out of UC Santa Barbara, the big bat, and delivers to Kyler Stancato, who takes low and inside, 1-1 the count. The lineup for the leadoff hitter in left, Stancato in the two-hole in center. On deck is Jackson Vanderbrake, the third baseman. Jacob Jablonski, the cleanup hitter at first base. The pitch to Kyler popped up down the left side. Moving over is shortstop Spencer Scott behind the bag at third, calling off Timo Becerra to make the catch. And Kyler does not get the job done that he wanted, namely to move the runner. He pops out, and now Jackson Vanderbrake will come to the plate. Nick Upstill bats fifth in right field for the Pickles. Michael Campagna hitting sixth and catching. Peyton Allen batting seventh at second base. Eddie Saldivar Jr. batting eighth, the designated hitter. Jose Ruiz hitting ninth at shortstop. And the pitcher will be Jason Doktorzic. First pitch breaking ball from Matt Ager is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Matt, in his final appearance this afternoon with the Corvallis Knights, comes in making his fifth start, his eighth appearance, 18 2/3 innings, 19 hits, 6 earned, 8 walks, 16 strikeouts, an ERA of 2.89. Fastball line to right field. Ethan Lovelace backs up a step or two, makes the catch, tagging Wyatt King, and he races to third. And there are two down. The Knights are going to appeal that King may have left too soon. The base umpire says safe, but the Knights were on it quickly with King taking off just at the moment of contact in the glove of Ethan Lovelace, at least according to the base umpire. Good contact for Jackson Vanderbrake, but he does make an out, bringing Jacob Jablonski, the switch-hitting first baseman, to the plate. Jablonski at .283, 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. A bright, sunny Sunday here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. The Pickles trying to get on the board early, trying to get out of Corvallis, having salvaged 1 of 3 and leave, still in first place in the second half south. Breaking ball missing from Ager, ball 1. Matt works out of the stretch, comes to the plate. That breaking ball is in there for a strike. And the count 1-1. Matt Ager listed in our official program as 6'2", 212 when I visited with a big right-hander. 6'2". I'm 6'5", and 215 for what it's worth. So the 6'5", 215-pound right-hander misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike to Jacob Jablonski. Wyatt King at third, 2 down, top of the first inning, no score. Ager works out of the stretch, delivers, and misses with a fastball down and in. Ball 3, 3-1. Nick Upstill on deck. For the Knights defensively, a battery of Matt Ager and Tanner Smith. Kiko Romero at first, Eli Kennel at second, Spencer Scott at short, Timo Becerra at third. The 3-1 pitch to Jablonski, a ground ball to the right of Eli Kennel. He was deep, and his throw is not in time and off target. Coming down the line to score is Wyatt King, and the importance of Wyatt picking up the extra 90 feet means that he's able to score on the infield single and give Portland the early 1-0 lead. Eli was playing in shallow right field and shaded to the pull side for Jablonski. So when Jacob took the ball back up the middle to Eli's right, Eli had a lot of turf to cover. And even if he would have gotten on top of the throw and fired a strike to Kiko Romero, Jablonski, who runs well, probably would have beaten it. The first pitch to the left-hand hitting Nick Upstill from Matt Ager is a strike. 0-1 the count. 1-0 Portland. Top of the first. The strike one change, hit slowly up along third. Charged by Becerra. Off-balance throw. Nearly pulled Kiko, but he backs up into foul territory to receive the throw from Becerra for out number 3. The Knights with Briley Knight in left, Logan Johnstone in center, Ethan Lovelace in right. The Pickles get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and 1. Coming up.
This year, great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser.
Glass man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
1240 Joe Radio.
1-0 Portland, bottom of the first inning. Jacob Doctor, let's try one more time. The doctor to the plate. Jason misses for ball 1. Doktorzic, thank you, out of Sonoma State, beautiful Seal Beach, California. Works on Jonah Advincula and misses ball 1, 1-0. Doktorzic, big right-hander, comes back with a 1-0 pitch, and Jonah fouls it at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Jonah Advincula, the designated hitter, leading off for the Knights. Spencer Scott batting second at shortstop. Kiko Romero hitting third at first base. Briley Knight, the cleanup hitter in left. Tanner Doktorzic, yielding the base hit to Advincula, now has to deal with Jonah's presence as a runner. Spencer Scott at the plate, 1-0 Portland, bottom of the first inning. Out of the stretch comes Doktorzic, and his first pitch to Spencer, not showing bunt, is in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Logan Johnstone batting 6th in center. Timo Becerra hitting 7th at third. Eli Kennel batting 8th at second base. Ethan Lovelace hitting 9th in right field. Matt Ager touched for a run in the top of the first, the Knights pitcher on this bright Sunday afternoon. A throw to first, and Advincula is picked off. Good move by Doktorzic. And Jonah was leaning way out, and it was an easy call. I'm not sure exactly. Jonah's shaking his head, and he's not disagreeing with the call. That was an easy one to make. But he seemed a little perturbed by something in that exchange. And whether he felt perhaps Doktorzic was close to a balk move, I don't know. But he was muttering something Ed Nags' way, the associate head coach, before reluctantly heading back into the dugout, having been picked. Spencer Scott takes strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to the Knights shortstop. 1-0 Portland. Doktorzic back to the plate and misses high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The battery for the Portland Pickles, Doktorzic and Michael Campagna, the battery. Jacob Jablonski at first, Peyton Allen at second, Jose Ruiz at short, Jackson Vanderbrake at third. The 1-2 pitch on the way from Doc Torzic, breaking ball up and in. And the count to Spencer Scott, 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the outfield for the Pickles, Wyatt King in left, Kyler Stancato in center, Nick Upstill in right. Doc Torzic back to the plate. The Kammerzelts are going to seek some shade. Am I right? Dan Kammerzelt and Ramona have been sitting in the hot sun, and they're going to go find some shade somewhere. It's a good call, Dad. 5-year-old Ramona Kammerzelt here with his father, Dan, and the team leader in runs batted in with 26. Out of the stretch works Doc Torzic. And the first pitch, lifted foul, Waldo away beyond the upper grandstand on this warm Sunday. 80 degrees at the start of the game, but that will keep climbing. We're heading toward a high of 91. And on this, the first day of the week, a phrase which would be used advisedly, I would think, by the game sponsor, Hope 107.9. The first day of the week, this Sunday afternoon, we're heading toward this week, temperatures in the upper 90s. The pitch to Kiko hit foul to the left and out of play, into the upper grandstand above the Riley Concourse. No balls and 2 strikes to Kiko. 97 and 98 degrees coming Tuesday and Wednesday. But we always cool off pleasantly in the evenings here. Not going to get as cool as it has been in our evenings lately, where we've had second and third layers. I don't think those will be necessary this week. The strike 2 pitch, Kiko, another foul ball in the same area. A little bit late thus far on Jason Doc Torzic, but looking for a pitch he can handle, fighting off a couple and fouling them to the left. No balls and 2 strikes. Slight breezes kind of blowing through our area, which are welcome. And blowing slight evening breezes where they blow out towards left and left center. 1-0 Portland, bottom of the second. Kiko takes a fastball high. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Briley Knight on deck. The Knights hit 3 home runs last night, an exciting expedition. Xander Darby and Briley Knight with 2-run homers. Brady Lavoie a solo shot. Portland leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. A swinging bunt up along third, foul. Kiko never vacated the box, and the catcher, Michael Campagna, recognizing that, was hoping to go out and make a play in fair territory. The ball did bound foul, and it remains 1-2 to Kiko Romero. Spencer Scott, the runner at first. Spencer has done some running. He's stolen 10 in 10 attempts, but he's yet to venture out too far, having been warned on the pickoff by Doc Torzic of Advincula after Jonah had opened the inning with a base hit to left. If anything, Scott leaning back towards the bag and draws a throw and gets back. Doc Torzic with a very good move to pick Advincula. 1 ball and 2 strikes, with the Pickles leading 1-0. Bottom of the first inning under the sun here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. Doc Torzic, the big righty, settles in. We have to go with the big because we have not been given any dimensions on him in our roster. And we'll take a look and try to find that out in another source. Romero hits another one foul off to the left and out of play. 1-2 the count. He's looking to me to be in the 6'3", 6'4" range, maybe even as high as Matt Ager himself at 6'5". Tall, lanky right-hander. Making his 7th start. He's worked 23 innings, allowed 31 hits coming in. Has given up 2 hits. A fair ball? That's not a fair ball. The ball was fielded clearly in foul territory by Jacob Jablonski, who steps on the bag, and the home plate umpire says fair ball. And Kiko can't believe it. He's out. There will be no help from the base umpire. And Brooke is just astonished at the call, as are all of the Knights players, and Briley Knight coming to the plate. Briley was kind of palms upward like, huh? but it's called a fair ball. Spencer Scott moves to second. 2 down, and Briley Knight, the batter. Briley roped a 2-run home run into the right field corner yesterday. One of the 3 jacks the Knights hit in a big win for their 7th straight triumph to move into a tie for first with the Pickles in the second half. Briley trying to get the Knights even here in the bottom of the first. Swings at the first pitch. That's a fair ball. That's the definition of a fair ball. Grounder back of first in fair territory. Fielded by Jablonski, who steps on the bag. The inning is over. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. After 1, Portland 1, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Taste the incredible flavors of India.
Okay, are we caught up now?
Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes.
Okay, yeah, we can go 90s here then. Thank you.
Including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a wheel service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany, online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
The Corp and the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, Beck or Robert Berry, their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Yeah. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 54 the game.
1240 Joe Radio.
Michael Campagna, Peyton Allen, and Eddie Saldivar with Portland leading 1-0. And Matt's first pitch popped up on the right. Well, Campagna swings at the first pitch of the second inning. Wyatt King swinging at the first pitch of the game last, but a better result for Ager on the first pitch here in the second inning. A pop out to Eli, and with 1 away, Peyton out. 0-1 the count. 1-0 Pickles in the bottom of the first. Ager back to the plate. And Logan Johnstone, I should say, the center fielder for the Knights, converging on the ball on the warning track to open the game. Brings to mind like Kennel charges gloves and throws 4. A line drive into left field. Briley Knight dives. The ball goes off his shoulder. Briley comes up hobbling a little bit as the ball gathered back in out in shallow. Eddie Saldivar Jr. Briley left his feet believing that he would play the ball off his chest if at worst and keep the ball. And the ball ended up going off of his left shoulder and glancing towards Logan in center. Eddie Saldivar Jr. able to get the extra base as an RBI. The pitch swung on and missed in the count 0-1. So Earl Combs, like Briley and Trax, were not part of baseball at that time. The strike 1 pitch dropped by Tanner Smith. Saldivar Jr. I'll finish the story because it's apropos to baseball. I was surprised. I didn't know how late warning tracks became. Date and others inspired a change, but it took a while. A 2-out double for Eddie Saldivar Jr. He's caught stealing a hit. Nobody left after 1.5. Portland 1 and the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
If you are a veteran, you've earned them. Use them. Call 541-926-3882 and take advantage of what you've earned. Home loans, disability compensation, healthcare, transportation, and 926-3882. And thank you for serving your country. Lynn County Veteran Services, serving our local veterans.
There I was in the living room and getting the house ready to paint. I'll do it, but not today. Well, if you won't do it, I'll do it myself. I know the guys at Philomath Rental can show. Darn you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment.
If you're fed up with dirty grout lines, maybe it's time to consider cultured marble. Hi, I'm Katie Albin at Albin's Plumbing in Corvallis. Portable and easy to maintain. Come by our showroom on 9th Street in Corvallis and see the beautiful look of cultured marble.
At Albin's Plumbing, Plumbing you need to. Albin's Plumbing.
1240 Joe Radio.
Jason Doktorzic, first pitch fastball to Tanner Smith, a strike. 0-1, the calls in 2 strikes. Tanner will be followed by Logan Johnstone, then Timo Becerra. Pickles. Tanner takes high, ball 1, 1-2. To finish the thought on warning tracks, we have one here. It's not the classic sense of a warning track, with the original idea advanced by former Yankee outfielder George Selkirk II. The 1-2 pitch is strike 3 called on a pitch that appeared to be several inches outside. Tanner Smith is rung up and rolls his eyes as he heads back into the dugout on the third base side. 1 away, Logan Johnstone, the batter. The reason the warning track isn't much of a warning on a turf field, it's a different color, so perhaps peripherally when an outfielder is in retreat chasing a ball, he might sense or feel or notice, a change of color, but there's with no cinder and a different feel or surface altogether, it's the same field turf. So the warning track doesn't help a great deal, quite honestly. Logan Johnstone takes ball 1, 1-0. Doktorzic rocks, kicks, and comes back with a 1-0 pitch. Johnstone, a foul ball, up along first. Ed Nags making the play out of the first base box. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Georgie Selkirk in 1935, after he himself crashed into walls and Earl Combs, his teammate, had crashed into a wall the year before and fractured his skull in the process. The 1-1 pitch outside, ball 2, 2-1, anticipating the poet who said something there is that doesn't love a wall, and that would be the human body. Outfielders crashing into walls. 2 balls and 1 strike, 1 out, nobody on, 1-0 Portland. Doktorzic back to the plate, a line drive to left field. Wyatt King started back, now he recovers, moves in, makes the catch, 2 down, and Timo Becerra to the plate. Selkirk in 1935 said, you know what we ought to do? Necessity, the mother of him, in there for a strike to Timo Becerra. And the next pitch missing, and the count 1-1. 2 down, nobody on, 1-0 Portland, bottom of the second inning. The Knights with 2 hits last inning, but had a runner picked off and came up empty. Doktorzic to the plate. Becerra takes a strike, and the count 1-2. There were some sort of tracks that were in place inadvertently. Yankee Stadium, for example, had a track way out in center field for fans to use exiting the stadium after games. The 1-2 pitch to the backstop, and the count 2-2 to Timo. And there were other old ballparks that had sort of natural tracks, bicycle tracks. People used the park to ride their bicycles in when baseball wasn't going on. But warning tracks proper did not come into Major League Baseball and then kind of filtered down through all levels of baseball until after 1949. The 1-2 pitch on the way is swung on and missed for strike 3. Jason Doktorzic doing a nice job. He retires the Knights in order. He's retired 5 straight at the end of 2 on this warm Sunday in Corvallis. The Pickles 1 and the Knights 0 on 1240 Joe Radio.
We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. You can run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. The Kubota B-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to Kubota US.
Your Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
1240 Joe Radio.
Jose Ruiz was at the plate when Eddie Saldivar Jr. was caught attempting to steal third to end the second. Top of the third, Jose takes ball one from Matt Egger. The 1-0 pitch lifted to the alley, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Jose Ruiz getting the start today. He 2 out of UC Santa Barbara and from Bakersfield. The 1-1 pitch swung on and fouled back. Jose this summer with the Portland Pickles at 184 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. 1-0 Pickles, top of the third inning. Jose Ruiz then back to the top of the order, and Wyatt King, then Kyler Stancato. The 1-2 breaking ball taken. Strike 3 called. Matt Egger fanning his teammate Jose Ruiz. A bit of an anticipatory look at fall ball in Santa Barbara in the inter squads. And Matt Egger with a good breaking pitch that Jose takes for the called third. The first strikeout today from Matt Egger. Wyatt King swung at the game's first pitch and doubled to the alley in left center. He takes a strike here. 0-1 the count. That drive to the warning track in left center leading to the meditation on warning tracks and their history in the game. The strike 1 pitch fouled back. My friend Rod Porsche, sitting here to my right today, reminded me and asked me, were you there in that amazing night in Portland in May of 1991 when a Vancouver player ran through a fence? The answer is yes. I was doing the radio, not at the moment. My partner Dale McConaughey was. The pitch is in the turf, and the count 1-2 to Wyatt King. Matt Egger rocks, kicks, and comes back. Breaking ball, a check swing taken on appeal. No swing, and the count even at 2-2. Chip Hale, the head coach for the Arizona Wildcats now, and went on to play in the big leagues and manage in the big leagues, and a good dude for whom Kiko Romero will play next spring. The 2-2 breaking ball just outside. Egger thought he had thrown a called third and stomped a little. You've seen this, saw it a lot in the early 90s. This happened in May of 1991. Rodney McRae, the right fielder for Vancouver, going back on the ball at a dead sprint, ran through the wooden fence. The Flavor Pack billboard in right. Rodney McRae just ran right through it. The fence gave McRae, to his credit, kept chasing the ball and held Chip Hale to a triple. Kyler Stancato fouls one away, the 0-1 pitch in the turf, and the count 1-1. I mean, it's unbelievable that McRae could run through the fence, crash through it, and then chase the ball down, throw it back in. It was not an inside-the-park home run. Hale held to a triple because of Rodney's competitiveness and drive and the very fact that he ran through a fence to try to get the ball. But the sound it made was unbelievable. It was a very small crowd, as was always the case, it seemed, for Portland Beavers games. The 2-1 pitch, a slicing fly ball to left. Riley Knight moving in and over to make the catch to retire the side. I immediately ran out. There were 2 cameras stationed in center field. One run by Gary Beck, longtime videographer for Coin. There were 2 cameras out there, I think Coin and K2, covering the Portland Beavers game that night. I was behind home plate calling the game. I ran out to center field to say, please tell me you got that, please tell me you got that, please tell me you got that. They got it. I watched it several times through, one of the first to see it in highlight form, and you could still probably look it up right now on YouTube. Rodney McRae running through a fence, an unforgettable moment. A good inning for Matt Egger. The Pickles go in order. To the bottom of the third we go, 1-0 Portland, 1240 Joe Radio.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering. Are you a veteran living in Lynn County? You qualify for benefits that you earned. Home loans, disability compensation, health care, transportation, and more. You've earned them.
Is it still there?
Call 541-967-3882 and let Lynn County's Veterans
Yeah, the flavor
Services
pack
help you.
sign.
Do you
That's
know
right.
a veteran living in Lynn County? Help them call 541-967-3882. Lynn County Veterans Services can help them take advantage of benefits they earned. Lynn County Veterans Services, serving our local veterans.
1240 Joe Radio.
Eli Kennel swinging at the first pitch from the right-hander Jason Doktorzic. The 0-1 pitch to Eli taken on the inside. He swings and misses at the fastball. Down he goes. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jason Doktorzic. And he's retired 6 straight. Ethan Lovelace, the batter, with the Pickles in front, 1-0 here in the bottom of the third. One postscript to the Rodney McCray play, and Garrett Dworshak back in studio said he just looked it up. And it's easily findable. If you just, Rodney McCray runs through a wall, probably would get you there. Still worth a look. Lovelace, a ground ball foul back at first, the count 0-1 to Ethan. But that speaks to the very thing I was talking about earlier. That at Portland Civic Stadium, some old AstroTurf being used with no difference between, it was just a different color, not a different feel under Rodney McCray's cleats. And Rodney not sensing any change, and great competitive athlete, running as hard as he could to try to catch the balls, did not feel anything different on his feet. Ground ball to short, Jose Ruiz from behind the bag, fires to first just in time to get Ethan hustling down the line, 2 away. And the batter will be Jonah Advincula. Lovelace has been swinging the bat well and has gotten to the Mendoza line at the start of today's ball game. That'll take him a little bit under, but the game is young. 2 down, and the batter will be Jonah Advincula, who singled to left field in the first, but then was picked off by Jason Doktorzic. 1-0 Pickles in the bottom of the third inning. So with no difference in the feel as he raced, he ran through the flavor pack sign. Flavor pack got a lot of mileage out of it. And McCray, I'm not sure if he got flavor pack products for life for that. I don't know. He should have, because he provided them with a great deal of local, national, and even international publicity. And still, you can see that. Nobody on. Doktorzic to the plate. Fastball in there for a strike, and the count 1-1. My favorite aspect to that story, 4 local stations at that time in Portland. Only 2 of them were there covering the Portland Beavers game that night. The 1-1 pitch on the way, down and in, ball 2, 2-1. Because of all of the attention coming to those television stations that captured the incredible moment, the other sports directors and news directors for the stations then made it a requirement. We're covering every Portland Beavers game from now on. The 2-1 pitch hit slowly to the right of the mound, fielded by Doktorzic. And Jason throws to first for the out, 2 down. For the rest of that season, and that was in May, for the rest of that season, all 4 local stations lugging their cameras out, and I would look at those guys and say, what, do you expect to see somebody run through a wall again? It happened once, it'll never happen again, but because it happened and 2 television cameras missed it, they were there the rest of the year. We're through 3 innings. It's Portland 1, the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
You'll find a selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
Kind of develop a system.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185. And get in the game.
1240 Joe Radio.
Through 3 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field, the Portland Pickles 1 run, 3 hits and no errors. The Corvallis Knights no runs, 2 hits and no errors. The strike 1 pitch to the right-hand hitting Pickle third baseman Jackson Vanderbrake fouled over our heads into Urchin Alley. No balls and 2 strikes. Jackson lined out to right field in his first at-bat. Matt Ager to the plate, a pop foul back of the plate. Coming back to look at it is Tanner Smith. This one lands a row deep, and that is rare, just over the netting and into the first row of seats behind home plate. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Jackson Vanderbrake. Pickles leading 1-0, getting a run in the first. It's held up so far. Vanderbrake at 3:02 at the start of the day. Pops one up on the right side. Kiko Romero calls, and Kiko makes the catch. 1 away, and Jacob Jablonski will come to the plate. If you find that your home, office, or investment property is dirty, dingy, or worn, then we encourage you to call upon All Pro Property Services. They've helped thousands of companies, investors, and many others get the best out of their properties, from investment renovations, facility services, housekeeping, and move-out cleans. All Pro Property Services has the bases covered. The first pitch to Jacob Jablonski, fouled straight back, just over to the left at the McGrath family press box. No balls and a strike under the shadow of the McGrath family press box today. Dave and Lisa Stafford, Ryan Stafford, our pregame show guests' parents. The strike 1 pitch to Jablonski in there for strike 2. Dave was a pitcher for the California Golden Bears. The strike 2 pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Nice pitch by Matt Ager. Took something off and gets the strikeout of Jablonski. Just the second strikeout from Matt. 2 away, nobody on. Nick Upstill, who grounded to third in the first inning, to the plate. Dave was teammates at Cal with a lot of players, but 2 notable ones to be sure. Darren Lewis and Jeff Kent. They played together at Cal, late 80s. Kent went on to become an MVP in the National League. Darren Lewis, one of the gifted center fielders in his era. The first pitch, a strike to Nick Upstill. The 0-1 offering swung on and missed. Matt Ager ahead of the count, 0-2. Ager nods yes, looking for another 1-2-3 inning. Fastball foul back by Upstill. It remains no balls and 2 strikes. Dave Stafford's father, also Dave, was a teammate of Darrell Imhoff's and played basketball at Cal. Won the national championship in 1959 over Ohio State and lost a heartbreaker to Oscar in 1960. Just missed going back. Their connection to California Golden Bear sports, you heard if you listen to the pregame show. Ryan plays for the Cal Poly SLO Mustangs. The strike 2 pitch fouled at the plate by Nick Upstill. Got a piece of the breaking ball. Nice job by Nick. The pitch was out of the strike zone. Upstill went after it and kept the AB alive. He's had an outstanding summer, starting the day at .340. Eggers' strike 2 pitch just off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Matt and Tanner Smith, the Knights battery. Kiko Romero at first. Scott at short. Timo Becerra at third. Briley Knight in left. Logan Johnstone in center. Ethan Lovelace in right. Eggers' fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3. 6 straight retired by Matthew Egger in his final outing as a Corvallis Knight. That might be the final pitch he throws as a Knight. Just the behavior he's showing as he walks back into the dugout, that could indeed be the case. We'll keep an eye on that. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, it's still the Pickles 1 and the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Do you ever experience headaches, or how about back pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody deserves to live a life without pain. Our doctors will get to the root of your condition and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improved health by giving us a call today or visiting our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
It's time for the pitchers to throw strikes and for the batters to deliver those clutch hits. It's time for Corvallis Knights baseball. Each year, the Knights look at this time as an opportunity to win another West Coast League championship. Just like a new season is an opportunity, so is getting recertified in first aid and CPR. It's an opportunity to practice your skills so you can be ready to help in an emergency. If it's that time for you, contact CPR Works at 541-760-7632 to schedule your next class. And go Knights.
At Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your taste buds right, great things happen. Come and experience traditional Thai recipes with a sprinkle of new world creativity, like pad Thai, a curry, fried chicken dumplings, or one of their delicious soups, all customized to your taste. Thai Express is in Corvallis on 9th Street, behind Little Caesars. They're open for dine-in or visit their drive-thru. Don't be shy. Give them a Thai. Thai Express, locally and veteran-owned. It's same, but different.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 1-0. Here comes Dwight on this hot Sunday afternoon. Essentially unasked unless Casey recruited him for me. Casey Weiss, but Dwight bringing up a cup of ice with soda to get me through the rest of this hot Sunday. Spencer Scott steps in. Thank you, Dwight. And the first pitch to Spencer is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. Thank you, Casey. 1-0 Portland, bottom of the 4th inning. Doc Torzic has been very impressive today. Delivers to Spencer, who lofts a high fly ball to shallow left field. Wyatt King, with a much more benign set of circumstances for the left fielder at this time of day, able to move in and make the catch easily. 1 away. Kiko Romero, the batter. Kiko grounded out in the first. And I say make the catch easily, and he did. It was a routine and easy play. And yet, as I've shared in other contexts before through the years, the thing that amazed Thomas Boswell, the outstanding sports writer's friend from England, who saw his first Major League Baseball game back in the early to mid-'80s. I can't quite remember when Boswell was writing that particular essay. Kiko Romero fouls one back, 0-1 the count, 1-0 Portland, bottom of the 4th. Boswell took a friend who'd never been to a baseball game before, and there were some dazzling plays made. There were long home runs, there were fastballs, strikeouts, and all of that. But he said his friend from England who'd never been to a baseball game, the thing that just captivated him and got him off his feet He said the bloke seemed to know right where the ball was going to come down when outfielders would make catches. The strike 2 pitch to Kiko Romero pulled sharply but right at his counterpart, first baseman Jacob Jablonski, who fields and steps on the bag. 2 down, and Briley Knight, the batter. And ground balls to the hole, and he said the guy would just be amazed when the fielder would run to the spot where the ball ended up, as if that were almost divine or magical. And what Boswell wrote about it, and it's so true, that we take those things for granted. We say that's a routine play, and that's an easy play. Well, through sheer repetition and all of that, I suppose it is. Briley Knight takes high and away, ball 1. But Boswell said it helped him to understand the skills that are required to play the game that we end up taking for granted can be amazing to those who've never seen them before on display. And the guy was more impressed by an outfielder catching a, quote, routine fly ball than somebody jacking a 450-foot homer. The 1-0 pitch, a strike to Briley, the count 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Portland. The Knights with 2 hits, both back-to-back in the first inning, and they haven't had one since. Briley swings and misses. The count 1-2. Doc Torzic has been deceptive and effective, and he's a strike away from getting through another inning, 1-2-3. The right-hander, Doc Torzic, comes back to the plate. Briley takes strike 3 called. Doc Torzic has retired 11 straight. The Knights are gone in the 4th. We go to the 5th on this warm Sunday in the Mid-Valley. We'll see if Matt Ager comes back out or whether his career as a Corvallis Knight pitcher has come to an end on a good note. I think we're going to see somebody else. Matt hasn't emerged yet from the dugout. I haven't seen anybody trotting in from out of the bullpen. And it looks like Ager's good for one more, and that's good to see. So we go to the 5th. It's still 1-0 Portland, 1240 Joe Radio.
I was there in the living room reading a book when I heard a terrible sound. When are you going to start planting those trees and getting the backyard ready for our daughter's wedding? I'll do it, but not today. I know you don't want me to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I know the guys at Philomath Rental, they'll show me what to do. And since they're open 7 days a week, I can go out there today. Uh-oh. Darn you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, people in the Mid-Valley have been going to Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your continued support and look forward to working with you on your next remodeling project. Browse through their large showroom with a beautiful selection of carpet, countertops, sheet vinyl, linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from all the popular brands. Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to CorvallisFloorCovering.com. Shop local. Shop Corvallis Floor Covering.
1240 Joe Radio.
Matt Ager still out there. The right-hander's first pitch to Michael Campagna. Major league pop foul off third. Coming down the line and bumping into Tanner Smith is Timo Becerra. Timo stays with it to make the catch. One pitch, one away. Nice job by Timo. Again, he seemed to know right where it was going to come down. But that is a function of constant repetition. All the foul. Think about all the ground balls and pop flies and fly balls and so on that these young men have seen. It does become a matter of routine, but should never be taken for granted, all the work that makes it routine. Peyton Allen takes a strike and the count 0-1. 1 out, nobody on, top of the 5th, 1-0 Pickles. Allen grounded to Eli Kennel in his first at-bat, shows bunt and takes in the turf. 1 ball and 1 strike. Eddie Saldivar Jr. on deck. Warming up on this Sunday afternoon, heading to the low 90s. Not quite sure what it is now. We started at 80, probably up around 82, 83 about now. Amy Weiss is going to take a look for me. The pitch is in there for a strike, aren't you? Thank you, Amy. 83. Pretty good guess. It's a lot of repetition through the years, feeling the sun and having a pretty good feel what the temperature is. So it's 83 now, going to 91. And my family is getting on the river soon, and I'm to meet them halfway whenever this ball game's over on a long float of the beautiful Willamette later today. The 1-2 fastball in there. Strike 3 called. 2 down. Matt Ager and Jason Doktorzic matching stuff. It's been a well-pitched game by both. Pitcher's duel to be sure. 2 down and nobody on for Eddie Saldivar Jr. 8 straight set down by Matt Ager, 11 in a row, retired by his counterpart, Jason Doktorzic. Eddie Saldivar Jr. doubled to left in the second inning, but then ended up being thrown out at third, trying to advance on a pitch in the turf. He takes outside from Matt. 1 ball and no strikes. Ager back to the plate. A ground ball slowly towards Eli Kennel. The Knights' second baseman picks it up and throws to first. 9 straight set down by Matt Ager. And I'll wait and see. Maybe he's got another inning in him. We'll find out together shortly. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It remains Portland 1 and the Knights nothing on 1240 Joe Radio.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
At Albin's Plumbing, we're boring. Hi, I'm Katie Albin, and I want everyone to know that at Albin's Plumbing, we're boring. Directional boring, to be exact. So if you need to run a pipe underground, under a driveway, or under a sidewalk, and you don't want to destroy your yard in the process, the boring people at Albin's Plumbing can help you with your directional boring. Just give us a call.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282, Albin's Plumbing.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis.
Garrett, by the way, we are doing tomorrow's game. I don't know if you're going to work it, but we're going to do tomorrow night's game. Just letting you know.
To create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 541-758-8245. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
1240 Joe Radio.
The careless whisperer himself, Tanner Smith, coming to the plate as we go to the bottom of the 5th. I still haven't gotten around to asking Tanner how this can be his walk-up tune, but it is. Tanner Smith, Logan Johnstone, Timo Becerra in the bottom of the 5th inning, 1-0 Portland. The first pitch from the right-hander Jason Doktorzic, who's been dominant just outside ball 1. Jason has retired 11 straight after giving up base hits to the first 2 Knights hitters. Tanner Smith hooks one deep down the left field line. A long run into foul territory. A sliding effort by Wyatt King on the warning track in the corner. Good effort by Wyatt, but not able to haul it in. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. So warning tracks were introduced officially with the Yankees in Major League Baseball in 1949. After the good idea was ruminated upon, apparently, for 14 years that George Selkirk had. The bureaucratic nature of things, we understand that, don't we? Hey, yeah, we'll look into that. 14 years later, warning tracks. The 1-1 pitch, Tanner, a high pop-up on the right side. First baseman Jacob Jablonski and Peyton Allen are there. It's Allen, the second baseman, to make the catch. 12 in a row set down. This after a Knights team unloaded last night on the Pickles with 3 homers and one of their better offensive games of the year. Doktorzic trying to be the stopper and get the Portland Pickles a win and leave town in first place. The Knights have won 7 straight. The Pickles have lost 3 straight. I said, as he's cast in the role of stopper, he has stopped the Knights effectively thus far today. The pitch to Logan Johnstone, fouled to the left and out of play, no balls and 1 strike. The great Carl Yastrzemski hit his 400th homer on this day in 1979. The strike 1 pitch, Logan takes low and in. Ball 1, 1-1. George Vesey, the fine writer who helped Loretta Lynn co-write a biography a long time ago. Vesey had one of the best lines ever about Yaz, and just a great line that captures sort of the essence of the guys that late in life still find a way to play well. Henry Aaron, Ted Williams, others pitch in there. And I suppose a quarterback named Tom Brady in the more modern era in a different sport. Old, but still good. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Pulled down the right field line, base hit. Nick Upstill will play it on a hop. Logan Johnstone will take a turn and hold. Good swing by Logan, and that finally snaps the spell. That had been 12 in a row that Doktorzic had set down, but now Johnstone aboard representing the tying run with Timo Becerra coming to the plate. Johnstone 6 for 6 in stolen bases. A 1-out single for Logan. Timo Becerra, who struck out in the second at the plate against Jason Doktorzic. Jablonski holding on Logan. Out of the stretch, works Doktorzic, throws to first. He picked off at Vincula in the first inning. Johnstone gets back safely here. Yaz, in 1982-ish, kind of had a year late in his career, very late, where he was swinging the bat well for the Red Sox late. Maybe around the Sarah high and inside. And Vesey wrote of Yaz, it's just when it appears he's about to become a living museum piece, Yaz surges back. I always enjoyed that phrase that George Vesey wrote of Carl Yastrzemski, the Triple Crown winner in '67 and one of the all-time great ball players. Logan Johnstone goes. He was looking back. It was a hit-and-run play, no swing from Timo Becerra, and Johnstone doesn't even slide. He's thrown out so easily, and Brooke Knight very upset. He is really upset, and so what he does is a 10 count, turning his back on home plate, walking away, and then putting his hands on his hips. That's nonverbal communication that's easy to understand and read. But I could tell by Johnstone looking back he was expecting to be protected and wasn't. Now the 2-0 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back, and the count 2-1. So somewhere along the way, something lost in translation. And whether Johnstone was not supposed to go, whether Becerra was supposed to swing and protect him, Logan went in standing up because he just felt it would be futile to slide. He was thrown out easily for the second out. So both the Knights have had runners on twice. At first base picked off, and then at first base thrown out on some sort of miscommunication on a hit-and-run play. And in a tight ball game like this, not mistakes the Knights can afford to make. They're down 1-0, and now the base is empty. The pitch, a strike to Timo. 2-2 the count now. Doktorzic to the plate, and Timo, a base hit to right center field. Kyler Stancato gets the ball back in. That's twice now the Knights, after a runner's been picked or thrown out, have come back with a base hit, but it feels like, well, what's the point? So what? We'll see. 2 down. Eli Kennel, the batter, can render it, certainly take it out of the category of pointless by getting another base hit and keeping the Knights going. The pitching coach, Brian Grant, out to the mound for a conversation with Jason Doktorzic, who's been outstanding. Brooke Knight, after Timo came up with a base hit to right center, took his notebook out and wrote something down on it. I don't see Brooke display his disapprobation very often, but he did here today in that moment. Brooke is not Dave Stieb-esque. Speaking of 79 and Yaz hitting his 400th, a pitcher named Dave Stieb. I played baseball for one spring with Dave at Oak Grove High School. I was a sophomore. He was a junior. He was a struggling junior at the varsity level as an outfielder, so he would come down and play JV games with us at Oak Grove High School. Very nice guy in that context, a cool guy, fun, talented, but he wasn't much of a hitter. And somebody said, hey, the kid's got a good arm, let's convert him to a pitcher, and they did. I remember seeing Steve 5 years later after being a teammate of his in JV baseball. Steve, is that the same guy? S-T-I-E-B? And I looked and found, even before the internet, you could find out stuff like that. And yeah, it's Dave Stieb out of San Jose in Oak Grove High School. But Dave became a bit churlish as a pitcher and would show up his teammates if they made mistakes on the field. The first pitch to Eli Kennel, missing, ball 1-0. Change-up, rip foul. Logan Johnstone thrown out on a hit-and-run play. Timo Becerra following with a single. So Timo at first with 2 down. Timo can run. We'll see if Coach Knight might try to get that base back now with Timo on the move. The 1-1 pitch to Kennel is high, ball 2, 2-1. If Dave Stieb on his solid days with the Toronto Blue Jays, and he was an excellent pitcher for a lot of years with Toronto, but if an outfielder and infielder would make a mistake or an error, Stieb would go stomping around the mound, stare out at the offending defender. It's a way to win friends and influence people. The 2-1 pitch, Eli rolls one foul, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. I remember hearing commentators and reading articles that did not make him the best of teammates. An outstanding pitcher and competitive. Somebody would kick a ball behind him and stomp around the mound, hands on his hips, the whole routine we saw moments ago from Brooke, for one of the few times I've ever seen it from the night skipper. Another throw to first. Doktorzic has a good move. He picked off Advincula in the first. Becerra dives back. Timo, representing the tying run at first base, has stolen 3 bags this summer, been caught twice, held on by Jacob Jablonski. 2-2, meanwhile, to Eli Kennel. Breaking ball up and away, ball 3, 3-2. Ethan Lovelace on deck. So the Knights will be able to send a runner now with impunity. Timo Becerra will take off on the pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. First baseman Jacob Jablonski will not hold Timo on. So Becerra has a chance to get a big jump. The right-hander Jason Doktorzic comes set. Timo inching away from the bag. Kennel capable of finding a gap. Timo goes, a 3-2 pitch, pulled foul outside of first. And that would be, if you had a right-handed hitter up, you might still hold the runner on in order to cut down on the jump, lest a run score on a gap job or something hit down the line. But with the left-hand hitting Kennel up, Jablonski choosing and being told to play deep at first. But that gives Timo a chance for a big running start. He goes again. The 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Eli's been up twice and has struck out swinging twice, and the Knights are gone in the 5th. No runs, a hit, a man left after 5. The beat goes on for Jason Doktorzic. 1-0 Portland on 1240 Joe Radio.
I just got home from a fishing trip to find that we had a new patio with pavers and everything. I told my wife I didn't want to do it. So she went ahead, put the plans together, and went to Philomath Rental, where she got all the tools she needed, and they showed her how to use the equipment. The patio looks great. Now she's planning more projects. Thank you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. Easy to switch attachments, a smooth hydrostatic transmission. The BX Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
No balls and 1 strike to Jose Ruiz, the only run of the game coming in the first. Modified windup, I should say, for Eggers. Matt back to the plate, the strike 1 fastball on the inside corner, strike 2. It's not a stretch, but his posture very tight. He appears, and he starts his rock back as though he's in the stretch position. The strike 2 fastball foul back. No balls and 2 strikes, 6'5", 215. We talked about it a little bit with Matt over the years. Mechanics, and for the big pitchers, that can be at times difficult to kind of harness it all and be as economical as possible. Egger has a very good rhythm that way. Breaking ball grounded to third, charged by Timo Becerra. His throw to first is perfectly made to Kiko. 10 in a row retired by Matt. 1 away, and the batter will be Wyatt King. First Alternative Co-op is your community-owned grocery store, providing fresh, local, and organic groceries since 1970. The co-op makes it easy for you and your family to buy local and eat healthy. Thank you, Casey. First pitch is in there for a strike from Egger, 0-1 the count. Be sure to stop by the First Alternative Co-op for fresh brewed coffee, house-made pastries, delicious salads, and much more. Everyone is welcome at the First Alternative Co-op. Matt Eggers, strike 1 fastball in there, strike 2. Started him with a breaking ball, comes back with a fastball, ahead of the count, 0-2. Matt is making his swan song as a Knight, a very impressive one. The strike 2 pitch lifted to left center. Logan Johnstone hesitated. Now he finds the ball and moves in to make the catch. 11 straight set down by Matt Egger. And Kyler Stancato, the batter. Kyler has popped out and flied to left. The only run of the game back in the first inning. It was a 2-out single, an infield single that scored Jacob Jablonski. And Jason Doktorzic has been able to make the 1 tally stand up. Stancato takes ball 1 from Matt Egger. 1-0 the count, 2 down, nobody on. Top of the 6th inning, a non-league game tomorrow against the Northwest All-Stars. We'll have it for you right here on 1240 Joe Radio. The 1-0 pitch, Matt misses for ball 2. Matt with a clean slate in terms of the free passes, hopes to keep it that way. 2 balls and no strikes, has only allowed 3 hits, 2 of them in the first inning. The 2-0 pitch, Stancato fouls it off the Knights dugout with all of the Knights players draped over the railing. That one got to the dugout railing quickly, and everybody's safe. That's good to see. 2 balls and a strike to Kyler Stancato with 2 outs and nobody on. Egger delivers just outside. Ball 3. 3-1. Jackson Vanderbrake on deck. A little breeze wafting through our broadcast vantage point. The 3-1 pitch from Egger. A 2-hopper to the Knights shortstop Spencer Scott, who fields off the hotter turf and throws out his former teammate. Stancato is 0 for 3. 12 straight set down by Knights right-hander Matt Egger. A beautifully pitched ball game. That's going to be it for Jason Doktorzic, who was magnificent today. We'll see a left-hander coming in from out of the bullpen. We'll take a 2-minute pitching change break as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Portland 1, the Knights nothing. Back in 2 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear. Now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
We set them up, you knock them down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set them up, you knock them down. Island Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit Tax and Wealth Management 4185 and get in the game.
There I was in the living room taking a nap when I heard a tear. Do it, but not today. Well, if you won't do it, I'll do it myself. I know the guys at Philomath Rental can... Uh-oh. Darn you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
1240 Joe Radio.
First ball bunting. Ethan Lovelace greets left-hander Nathan Shin with a bunt in front of the mound. Nathan dives, not able to catch it cleanly. Pops up, throws to first, too late. And Ethan Lovelace is aboard with a bunt single, so climbs above the Mendoza line. And it is a good beginning for the Knights in the bottom of the 6th, trailing 1-0 to get their leadoff man aboard. Only the second time in the ball game that's happened. A meeting at the mound between Shin, Michael Campagna, and the right side of the infield, Peyton Allen and Jacob Jablonski, with Jonah Advincula coming to the plate. Jonah has singled to left and hit back to the box. An outstanding outing for Jason Doktorzic. And now Nathan Shin, the left-hander out of Pleasanton, Trevor Larnach country, San Francisco State, Hank Greenwald country. Nathan Shin in the ball game. 1-0 Pickles in the bottom of the 6th. Jonah shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and takes high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Nathan is making his 10th appearance, 21 2/3 innings, 20 hits, 5 walks, 24 strikeouts, a record of 2-1, no saves, an ERA of 1.24. Again, Jonah shows bunt, and again, the pitch is high, ball 2, 2-0. 1-0 Portland, bottom of the 6th. The Knights getting their 5th hit. They've out-hit the Pickles 5-3. Portland with 2 hits in the first inning, only 1 since. Jonah again shows bunt and bunts it foul. Straight back to the screen. The count 2-1. I mentioned Hank Greenwald country only because I had the pleasure of meeting the great broadcaster for the Giants, San Francisco Giants through the years, Brian Grant, asking for time. We'll go out to talk to Nathan Shin. I'm wondering if Brian's checking on how Nathan is feeling after trying to make that play on the bunt. Or just talking about pitch selection here to Jonah. It's probably more of the latter. The Knights with the tying run at first here in the bottom of the 6th. Kayla, the trainer from PT Northwest, in the Knights dugout covering for both teams. So I don't think this is a physical matter. But the meeting at the mound after the bunt hit, Brian Grant coming out here, made me wonder a bit. 1-0 bottom of the 6th inning, the Pickles in front. Hank had a student, somehow I can't quite remember the connection, but a basketball player, collegiate basketball player named Mark Matheson, who played at San Francisco State, and Hank Greenwald great voice of baseball for the Giants, moonlighted and did San Francisco State basketball in the offseason. And so when Mark Matheson came up on a swing to play the two schools up here, Hank Greenwald showed up. And I had a chance to meet and visit with a very amiable, affable, nice guy and a tremendous broadcaster. One of the driest of wits ever. So funny, so good. And a voice of the Giants in some bad days of Giants baseball, Hank Greenwald. San Francisco State voice, Nathan Shin out of San Francisco State. The left-hander delivers a strike on the outside corner, eliciting the first real collective grumble of the day from Knights fans. They felt the pitch was outside. The bunt no longer on, by the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The tying run, Ethan Loveless at first. Ethan goes. The pitch is inside, and Ethan goes in standing up. The pitch may have gotten a piece of Jonah Advincula. The umpire hasn't signaled take your base, but now he does. Mark Magdaleno is going to make a move here with his Pickles club, trying to hang on to first place. With a win today, they would have it leaving town. If they don't win, they fall to second. After an 11-1 start in league play, that's going to be it for Nathan Shin. A bunt single, a hit batter. Spencer Scott will come to the plate. A pitching change at hand here mid-inning in the bottom of the 6th, sponsored by All Pro Property Services, your locally owned option for property cleaning, maintenance, renovation, and landscaping. Relax. All Pro Property Services has the bases covered. All Pro Property Services. Find them on Facebook. The Knights with 2 on, nobody out, bottom of the 6th, trailing 1-0, back in 2 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Do you ever experience headaches? Or how about back pain? Here at Horesco Chiropractic, we truly believe that everybody deserves to live a life without pain. Our doctors will get to the root of your condition and create a custom treatment plan to help you get back to living the best version of your life. Our patients often say how amazed they feel to live a life with less pain after they have experienced how effective chiropractic care is. Start on the journey of improved health by giving us a call today or visiting our website at horesco.com. Horesco Chiropractic in Corvallis. We really can make a world of difference for you.
At Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your taste buds right, great things happen. Come and experience traditional Thai recipes with a sprinkle of new world creativity like pad Thai, a curry, fried chicken dumplings, or one of their delicious soups, all customized to your taste. Thai Express is in Corvallis on 9th Street behind Little Caesars. They're open for dine-in or visit their drive-thru. Don't be shy. Give them a Thai. Thai Express, locally and veteran-owned. It's same, but different.
Looking for someone to service your Volkswagen? Independent Auto Works has been taking care of Volkswagen since 1970, and their group of mechanics has over 80 years of combined experience working on Volkswagens. And if you need just a part, whether your VW is old or new, air-cooled or water-cooled, Independent Auto Works can help. Give them a call or stop by. They're on 13th Street near the OSU campus in Corvallis. Independent Auto Works, the guys you can trust.
Your satisfaction is our success. Independent Auto Works.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185 and get in the game.
1240 Joe Radio.
Spencer Scott at the plate. Ryan Falks has completed his warm-up tosses. Ryan getting ready to face Spencer, trying to protect a 1-0 lead. Spencer most likely up there to bunt, and he is, and he takes a strike. Pretty late call on the pitch from Falks to Ryan. 0-1 the count. Spencer picked up his second sacrifice of the season last night. 2 on, nobody out, 1-0 Portland, bottom of the 6th. Ryan Falks comes set. A pickoff play is on, and Ethan Loveless just does get back. The Pickles doing a nice job in the run game. Jonah Advincula was picked off in the first. Nathan Loveless just did get back here, representing the tying run. He's at second. Jonah Advincula on a 3-2 pitch, hit by the pitch. Jonah at first. The corner infielder is ready to creep in, expecting Scott to bunt. No wheel play. Spencer gets the bunt down up along third. Vanderbrake charges, gloves, throws, and gets Spencer Scott. But a nice job by Spencer executing the game perfectly on the sacrifice 5-4. And that'll bring to the plate Kiko Romero. And Michael Campagna indicates that they want to walk Kiko Romero intentionally. So Kiko is given his base to load him up for Briley Knight. Now, I understand that. That creates a force at any base. And it also leaves the double play in order. Second and third, one out. But it also brings a hot hitter in Briley Knight to the plate, who swatted a 2-run home run last night and has been swinging the bat well. Bases loaded, one out, 1-0 Portland. Briley trying to at least get the Knights even, perhaps do a little bit better than that with a base hit. He swings at the first pitch from Ryan Polks, fouls it back. 0-1 the count. Ryan is making his 10th appearance, 12 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 4 earned, 5 walks, 15 strikeouts, no decision, no saves, an ERA of 2.91. Bases loaded, one out. The Knights trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the 6th. Briley Knight awaits the 0-1 breaking ball and a good one. And he's ahead of the count to Briley, 0-2. Briley taking it and now has to fight his way through. Tanner Smith on deck. Ethan Lovelace at third, Jonah Advincula at second, Kiko Romero at first, one out. The strike 2 pitch, Briley decides late. Gets a little piece of it to foul it Waldo way above the upper grandstand. It remains no balls and 2 strikes. The Knights with their best opportunity of the afternoon. Bases full, one out, trailing 1-0. The 1-2 pitch, Briley swings, 0-2 pitch, I should say, and rolls it foul past Coach Ed Nags. It remains no balls and 2 strikes. When you visit Corvallis to catch Knights baseball, be sure to stay at your locally owned Best Western Corvallis, the official hotel partner of your Knights. The largest rooms in the city and an outdoor heated pool wherever life takes you. Best Western is there. The strike 2 pitch to Briley Knight, fastball up and in, ball 1. 1-2. The Pickles scored the game's lone run way back in the first inning. The Knights with a bona fide threat here in the bottom of the 6th. Ethan Lovelace at third, Jonah Advincula at second, Kiko Romero at first. The 1-2 pitch to Briley nicks him. It hits him, and the run scores on the bases loaded hit batter. A 1-1 tie. Here comes Mark Magdaleno to argue the call, but the run is in. Ethan Lovelace down the line. The bases remain loaded. Briley Knight nicked by the pitch to pick up the RBI, keep the bases loaded. And Tanner Smith will be the batter with a chance to give the Knights the lead with a scoring fly ball. Coach Magdaleno upset with the call. That's back-to-back hit batters. And that's a tough outcome for Ryan Folks, who had Briley Knight 0-2 and ends up losing him by hitting Briley, and the ball game is even. Tanner Smith struck out and popped out against the starter, Jason Doktorzic. Now Ryan Folks out of Trabuco Hills High School, Santa Margarita, California, and from San Diego State. Here comes Mark Magdaleno back for more. I mean, he gave up on the argument. Now he's coming out again. Is he going to make a... Not quite sure what that means. Is he playing the game under protest? Under protest what? That's not a rule interpretation. You can't play a game under protest on a judgment call, can you? In the home plate umpire's judgment, Briley Knight was hit by the pitch. And I think Magdaleno signified that he's playing the game under protest, but I'm just curious on what grounds. The umpire said hit batter. And that's not something you can... you protest when you think a rule has been improperly interpreted or not applied when it should have been. Brooke Knight played a game under protest and was right on a pitching visit situation earlier this year. The Knights ended up dropping the protest. They won the game. It's easy to drop it when you do, but they actually lost the game that they protested but chose not to pursue the issue any longer. And the base umpire comes down. Now here comes the home plate umpire over to talk to Mark Magdaleno, which is curious to me. Both umpires are coming over to talk to Mags, and they're heading down. They're leaving the field, going down into the dugout. They're going to make a phone call to let the commissioner know. In the meantime, Magdaleno is calling his players off the field. What in the world is going on here? I mean, it's unbelievable to me. It's almost borderline ridiculous. Briley Knight was called having been hit by a pitch. That's the nature of the call. Remain loaded. What in the heck is going on? The umpires have left the field. The Pickles are coming off the field. In a bizarre turn of events here, I have no idea. We'll take a 2-minute break. I don't know if Rob Neyer's being called, the commish. Rob, if you're listening, I think I just need to call anybody. And why do the Pickles need to come off the field? Well, whatever the case, let's hope that Tanner Smith drives them after all this. A 2-minute break, a 1-1 tie, bottom of the 6th. We'll try to sort it out when we come back on 12.
Call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
Need your auto glass repaired or replaced? Need to recalibrate your advanced car safety system? Don't call that 800 number. Call the Glass Man.
For auto glass solutions, better call the Glass Man. Call 541-760-2277. Call the Glass Man.
If you are a veteran and live in Lynn County, there are benefits and services available to you at Lynn County Veterans Services. You've earned them. Use them. Call 541-926-3882 and take advantage of what you've earned. Home loans, disability compensation, health care, transportation. Call 541-926-3882 and thank you for serving your country. Lynn County Veterans Services, serving our local veterans.
When you think of Albans, you think plumbing. And when you think of plumbing, you think water. Hi, this is Katie Albin. Some plumbing projects don't have anything to do with water. At Albin's Plumbing, we also work with natural gas and propane lines. So if you need a gas line for home heating, cooking, or for a gas water heater, give us a call.
At Albin's Plumbing, plumbing's all we do. Call 754-8282. Albin's Plumbing.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those.
Okay, is this the end of the 2 minutes or not? Bring it back after this. Bring it back after this. Bring it back right after this. Thank you.
Man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
1240 Joe Radio.
Well, the players back on the field. Tanner Smith swinging at the first pitch and missing in this 1-1 tie with the bases loaded. The 0-1 pitch from Ryan Falks. He tried to check his swing, did Tanner, but goes around in the count 0-2. The Pickles came back on the field. The umpires returned. We play on in a game apparently under protest. A 1-1 tie. Bottom of the 6th, bases loaded, 1 out. Tanner hits one foul over my head and back into Urchin Alley. And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. By a pitch to score Ethan Lovelace from third and keep the bases full. Mark Magdaleno came out and indicated he was protesting the away in the count 1-2. That's not protestable, is it? Somebody who knows much more, which is probably the 1-2 pitch to Tanner Smith, base hit to left field. The Knights take the lead 2-1. Coming down the line to score is Jonah Advincula, a base hit for Tanner Smith, a 2-1 lead for the Knights. The bases remain loaded. Kiko Romero to third, Briley Knight to second, and an RBI single for Tanner to give the Knights the lead, and now Logan Johnstone the batter. Not exactly a shot into the river, but a nice at-bat anyway for Tanner Smith to give the Knights the lead. Logan Johnstone has flied to left and singled to right. Ryan Falks will work out of the windup. Drops the arms, kicks the leg, delivers. Good fastball, swung on and missed. Ryan, whose father played at Cal State Fullerton and then in the Twins organization, Ryan's grandfather played football at Arizona. His father part of the Twins organization in the '89 draft. Ryan delivers, and it swung on and fouled away by Johnstone, and the count quickly to Logan. No balls and 2 strikes. 5 appearances for San Diego State this past spring for Ryan Falks. Now he works from the from the stretch after starting in the windup. The strike 2 pitch down and in. Ball 1, 1-2. At the start of this at-bat to Johnstone, Ryan was working from the windup, got ahead 0-2. Works out of the stretch and misses to run it to 1-2. Now from the stretch again, the 1-2 pitch is down and in. Ball 2, 2-2. Timo Becerra, the on-deck hitter. The Knights have taken a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th amid some controversy, puzzling controversy at that. 2 balls and a strike with Romero at third, Briley at second, Tanner Smith at first, and 1 out. 2-2 to Logan Johnstone. The 2-2 pitch, that's low for ball 3 to run it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count. Timo Becerra, the on-deck hitter. 3-2, the Knights have had a frustrating day offensively. Jason Doc Torzic, the primary reason for it. Have taken the lead, now trying to separate here in the bottom of the 6th. A 3-2 pitch coming to Logan Johnstone. Swings and a ground ball. A diving stab by Jablonski. Throws to the plate. Not in time for the force. Kiko Romero comes up hobbling a little bit as he slides into Michael Campagna. Let's hope Kiko's going to be okay. He scores on the bat. Jablonski tried to get the force at the plate. The Knights lead it 3-1. The more important thing now is to keep an eye on Kiko going forward. An RBI for Logan, main loaded. And out to the mound goes Michael Campagna for a visit with Ryan Falks. Logan Johnstone with the run batted in at first. Timo at the plate has struck center. 3-1 Knight. Strange turn of events in the inning with Briley Knight hit by a pitch with a big application of a rule or omission of a rule or anything along. Officially filed a protest about that. I'm still in it. Timo takes a strike, 0-1 the count. It's warmed up to about 85 degrees, heading to a high of 91 on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, 24th of July, with some big heat coming this week. Count 1-1. That is, I'm going to ask Rod over there, see if he knows. That is a James Cagney vehicle, isn't the Big Heat? Late film with Cagney, The Big Heat. Do you know? It just came to mind thinking about it's not nearly as big of a heat as we had a year ago with record-setting temperatures, but we're heading to the upper 90s later in the week. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. The count 1-2. Ryan Falks has done a pretty good job of working ahead of hitters. He was ahead of Briley Knight and hit him. He was ahead of Tanner Smith 0-2 as he was on Knight. Tanner ended up with an RBI single. He was ahead of Logan Johnstone 0-2. Hit off the end of the bat slowly back towards the pitcher Falks, who comes off and throws to the plate for the force to get Briley Knight. Good play by Ryan, handling his position well for the fielder's choice 1-2. 2 down. The bases remain loaded for Eli Kennel. Eli has been up twice. He's struck out twice. So, indeed, a hungry hitter. Stepping in to try to really make sure the Knights maximize this opportunity. They trail going into the frame 1-0. Lead at 3-1. Eli swings at the breaking ball and misses. 0-1 the count. Ryan Falks following Jason Doktorzic. A rough outing for Nathan Shin, who came on for Doktorzic after Jason's brilliant scoreless stint. Big swing and a miss by Eli, maybe a little too big. And he takes a walk. He struck out twice and is down in the count 0-2. Eli, the 9th man to come to the plate in the inning. Bottom of the 6th inning. The Knights have scored 3. Now Eli trying to battle with 2 strikes. Swings and misses, and the inning is over. The Knights, though, get 3 and take the lead. The game being played under protest for reasons unknown. As we go to the 7th, the Knights score 3. They lead 3 after 6. The Knights 3 and the Pickles 1 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at
Corvallis Floor Covering. They thank their many friends and customers for your linoleum, tile, hard surface floors, and window coverings from Corvallis Floor Covering, corner of 2nd and Van Buren downtown, or log on to corvallisfloorcovering.com. Shop local.
Cast iron and steel, the Kubota L Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated number 1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
Through 6 innings at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field on this first day of the week action to wrap up the 3-game series between the Knights and the Portland Pickles. The Knights 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Portland 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. To the top of the 7th inning we go. And the Knights make a pitching change after a brilliant outing by Matt Ager. Matt gave up a run on 2 hits in the first inning and just 1 base hit thereafter. Only 1 base runner after the first inning. And even in that inning, Matt faced the minimum. So we go to the 7th. Ian Lawson takes over from Matt Ager here in the top of the 7th inning, coming out of the bullpen. And Ian will go to work against Jackson Vanderbrake, who's lined to right and popped out. 3-1 Knights, top of the 7th. The Knights getting 3 in the bottom half. The first pitch to Jackson Vanderbrake misses high and inside, ball 1. Ian coming off a very good start against Cowlitz. The right-hander comes back to the plate with a 1-0 pitch, fastball in there, and the count 1-1. Ian making his 6th appearance, his 3rd out of the bullpen. Inheriting a 2-run lead, delivers high, ball 2. He's worked 13 2/3, 7 hits, just 1 earned run in 13 2/3, 8 walks, 8 strikeouts, a record of 1-1, an ERA of 0.65. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lawson to the plate, off the top of the plate, ball 3, 3-1. Jacob Jablonski on deck with Nick Upstill to follow. Ian getting the baseball back from his Beaver teammate Tanner Smith. Comes 3-1 outside, ball 4. That's the first walk issued by a Knights pitcher today. Ager was a clean 6 innings in. And that'll bring to the plate Jacob Jablonski, who drove in the Pickles' lone run with an infield single in the first, struck out in the 4th. Matt didn't walk anybody. He struck out 4 and allowed just 3 hits, only 1 after the first inning. 3-1 Knights. Jablonski swings. It's a fly ball to right center field. It's a long run for Logan Johnstone, but he's up to it. Racing to his left to make the catch. Good job by Ian to pitch to contact. 1 away, and Nick Upstill the batter. Ian threw 50 pitches in his start against Cowlitz and was very good. Pitching to contact, producing a lot of ground balls and soft contact, quick outs. And after issuing ball 4, kind of got back to that mode, getting Jablonski to swing and make an out. Nick Upstill the batter. Nick backs away from a fastball up and in, ball one, 1-0. The Knights have one stolen base today. That means Pape Material Handling and All Pro Property Services and the Knights have conspired to make a donation to Community Outreach, Inc. Up still, a ground ball to the right of shortstop Spencer Scott, whose throw goes wide of first, and heading over to third base on the error will be Jackson Vanderbrake. Spencer, an off-balance throw. I sensed that he felt he had to hurry to get up still and wasn't quite set. And he uncorks the wild throw, which enables Jackson Vanderbrake to go to third. Up still aboard on the error. Spencer had quite a bit of turf to cover moving to his right. But threw wide of the bag. Kiko not able to stretch out and get it, and the ball got by him. So Portland, after losing its lead, now has runners at first and third and one out for Michael Campagna. Lawson delivers, fastball outside, ball one. Tanner held the ball up, hopefully for his battery mate. No call. 1-0 the count, with runners at the corners and one out. 3-1 Knights in the seventh. Ian trying to throw another ground ball. He had plenty in his repertoire in his start earlier in this homestand. He comes back with a 1-0 pitch. Campagna swings and hits it foul, back of the plate and out of play. So our thanks to Pape Material Handling again for helping out in the One Step Closer to Home initiative benefiting Community Outreach, Inc. 1 ball and 1 strike to Michael Campagna. First and third, one out. A 3-1 Knights lead under the mid-80s degree sun here in Corvallis. Runner goes from first. The pitch is high, a strike. The throw to Eli is not in time, and the throw back to the plate not in time. The ball gets away from Tanner Smith, and the Knights, who have gotten sloppy suddenly defensively, have allowed the second run to score and the tying run 90 feet away. Shaky outing, not so much for Ian Lawson, but it did begin with a walk, and problems have ensued. It's now 3-2 with the tying run 90 feet away, and we'll see a throwing error on Eli Kennel back to the plate to try to get Vanderbrake. So the Knights with 2 errors in the inning. A stolen base for Nick Upstill. And he goes to third on Eli Kennel's throw to the plate on the attempt to get Vanderbrake. Now the game is tied. Line drive, base hit to left field. Down the line to score is Nick Upstill. And it's just like that, a 3-3 tie. The Knights have played very clean baseball throughout this homestand. And today, up until right now, a walk, 2 errors in the inning. And it's a 3-3 tie just like that. The Pickles doing a nice job to pick themselves up. Part of it was getting out of last inning with only 3 on the board. A nice job by Ryan Falks to keep it from getting out of hand. Now Ian Lawson picking up from Matt Ager, and the Pickles were just glad to see somebody else in there. They get a ball, a walk to Jackson Vanderbrake to open the inning, and the Knights have gotten a little sloppy defensively. The Pickles have pulled even as a result. The 1-0 pitch to Peyton Allen fouled into the netting back of the plate. The count 1-1. A 3-3 tie in the top of the 7th inning, with the Pickles trying to salvage this finale and leave town in first place. Here on deck. Third run batted in of the season. That's tops on the squad. Big Ian Lawson out of the stretch delivers a line drive base hit to right field. Ethan Lovelace plays it on a hop, fires it back in to Spencer Scott. Stopping at second base on the play is Michael Campagna. Peyton Allen with a base hit. And the Pickles have a chance now with a hit to regain the lead, with Eddie Saldivar Jr., the designated hitter, who's doubled and grounded to second, coming to the plate, and Brook Knight's going to make a move here now. Matt Ager had not allowed a base runner since the second inning. So the Knights try to make sure they don't fall behind again. After scoring 3 to take the lead, the Pickles have caught up quickly, 3-3, and have 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning with a new pitcher. I believe it's Ethan Ross coming in from out of the bullpen. So a 2-minute pitching change break as things heat up and the Pickles get hot, and the Knights have an inexplicable inning thus far defensively. They'll try to put a stop to it and get back to their usual form as we play on here in the top of the 7th. The Pickles 3, the Knights 3, back in 2 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Downward Dog across the Ocean campus is serving up cold drinks and tasty food on their sunny patio. Burgers like the Hangover Helper or Double Trouble. If you prefer, substitute a house-made veggie patty and enjoy appetizers, wraps, salads, and sandwiches. And breakfast is served until 2. The food at Downward Dog is made fresh from scratch and locally sourced whenever possible. And they specialize in mouth-watering handcrafted cocktails and thirst-quenching local microbrews. So stop by the Downward Dog today. Open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. on 23rd and Monroe across from the OSU campus.
It's time for the pitchers to throw strikes and for the batters to deliver those clutch hits. It's time for Corvallis Knights baseball. Each year, the Knights look at this time as an opportunity to win another West Coast League championship. Just like a new season is an opportunity, so is getting recertified in first aid and CPR. It's an opportunity to practice your skills so you can be ready to help in an emergency. If it's that time for you, contact CPR Works at 541-760-7632 to schedule your next class. And go Knights.
This is Mike Parker for Even Flow Plumbing, your trusted award-winning plumber for the Mid-Valley. Even Flow specializes in complete plumbing and drain cleaning solutions for residential and commercial jobs. They treat your home like it's their home, and their flat rate pricing means no surprises at the end of the job. Even Flow takes pride in doing the job right the first time. Just call 541-738-8853 for all your plumbing needs. When you need a pro, go with the flow. Even Flow Plumbing.
Are you a veteran living in Lynn County? You qualify for benefits that you earned. Home loans, disability compensation, health care, transportation, and more. You've earned them. Use them. Call 541-967-3882 and let Lynn County's Veteran Services help you. Do you know a veteran living in Lynn County? Help them call 541-967-3882. Lynn County Veteran Services can help them take advantage of benefits they earned. Lynn County Veteran Services, serving our local veterans.
1240 Joe Radio.
Ethan Ross is indeed the new pitcher. As the complexion of the game has changed dramatically, Ryan Falks getting out of a situation with a couple of big outs when the Knights had a chance to really separate, up 3-1, and Falks got the last 2 hitters, a force out at the plate and a strikeout. The Knights left the bases loaded. And the Pickles have come back to score 2 here in the 7th, and they have 2 on and 1 out with Ethan Ross going to work on Eddie Saldivar Jr., who fouls the first pitch at the plate. Ethan, the left-hander out of El Centro, California, and San Jose State, comes back to Eddie. A ground ball to Eli Kennel. Goes to second for 1 and no play at first. Spencer Scott, but the out is recorded, and maybe Mark can file a second protest. You're going to protest it twice on the judgment call at second. I think Mags is correct here. I do think Spencer Scott, the shortstop, was off the bag when the throw came in. Magdaleno will get the base umpire to talk to the home plate umpire about whether or not Scott pulled his foot on the neighborhood play. The out stands. The runner was reluctant to leave. Peyton Allen forced out at second on the fielder's choice 4-6. 2 down. And Jose Ruiz, the batter, with runners at the corners and 1 out. Michael Campagna, who drove in the tying run, now represents the go-ahead run at third in a 3-3 tie in the top of the 7th inning. Ruiz has struck out and grounded to third. Ethan to the plate, hit foul off first, out of play. Ethan is making his 8th appearance, 10 2/3, 6 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 walks, 12 strikeouts, a record of 1-1 with 2 saves, an ERA of 4.21. The outfield shifting over several steps towards right center, and here's a fly ball right at Logan Johnstone in shallow right center field. Logan makes the catch to retire the side, but a good response by the Portland Pickles. After falling behind 3-1, they come back and get 2 runs here in the top of the 7th. It's 7th inning stretch time here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field in a 3-3 tie. Brought to you by our friends at All Pro Property Services, and a new pitcher coming in out of the bullpen. 3-3 to the bottom of the 7th. Back in 2 on 1240 Joe Radio.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm former Oregon State athlete Tim Ewis, your Corvallis Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice BC.
At Thai Express, they've learned that when you treat your taste buds right, great things happen. Come and experience traditional Thai recipes with a sprinkle of New World creativity, like pad Thai, a curry, fried chicken dumplings, or one of their delicious soups, all customized to your taste. Thai Express is in Corvallis on 9th Street, behind Little Caesars. They're open for dine-in or visit their drive-thru. Don't be shy. Give them a Thai. Thai Express, locally and veteran-owned. It's same, but different.
We set them up, you knock them down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. Clean and friendly, that's Highland Bowl. Bring your party, let the good times roll. Great food, good fun, that's Highland Bowl. We set them up, you knock them down.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily. On Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Indian Restaurant.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the 7th inning, a 3-3 tie. Levi Chiuchi into the game for the Portland Pickles and delivers a first pitch strike, swung on and missed by Ethan Lovelace, who got the Knights going for 3 runs with a bunt single last inning to put the Knights ahead 3-1. But the Pickles have come right back to tie. The strike one pitch, Ethan checks his swing and takes down and in. Oh, my goodness! That is horrible! Strike one pitch, a check swing strike on Ethan Lovelace. That's a terrible, absolutely terrible call. No balls and 2 strikes on Ethan Lovelace. Chiuchi delivers high and away, ball 1. That's about as bad as a check swing strike call can ever be in the history of the game. 1 ball, and no hyperbole here. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ethan Lovelace. Ethan followed by Jonah Advink. The Knights taking the lead and leading to Coach Magdaleno, the head coach for the Pickles, protesting the game after Riley Knight took his base. An interesting decision on Mags' part. Again, I'm not wrong about the check swing moments ago, but I could be wrong about the grounds for his protestation, and loud wrong, as Dan Bankhead once challenged Jackie Robinson. You're not only wrong, you're loud wrong. The strike one pitch on the way misses high and away. It's one thing to be wrong. It's even worse when you're loud wrong. So I could be loud wrong on all of these things. But the check swing, no. It was a bad call. 1 ball and 1 strike to Advincula, but the grounds on which Magdaleno protests, he may have something we know not of. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count 1-2, a la Gene Mauch. The late, great little General Gene Mauch he'd go to sleep every night. He lived in Hacienda Heights where I grew up, so he was doing his Hacienda Heights reading in the rule book. Going to bed every night, studying that thing, looking for loopholes in different situations that could come up. Advincula pop up to short, circled by the shortstop Ruiz, who makes the catch, 2 down, and Spencer Scott, the batter. Scott is single to center, fly to left, and sacrificed. Ball game has taken a decided swing in momentum when the Knights did not do more with their opportunity last inning. They left the bases loaded. They had gone ahead 3-1 and had a chance to really bust it. And a nice job by Ryan Paulks to induce a couple of outs and leave the bases full. Pitch on the way. Thank you, Casey, bringing some cold water our way as it heats up here adjacent to the McGrath family press box. The first pitch missing for ball 1 to Spencer Scott. 3-3, bottom of the 7th, and the Pickles coming back after the Knights left the sacks full to take advantage of some rare, sloppy baseball by the Knights and score 2. Scott takes a strike, and the count 1-1. 2 down, nobody on, bottom of the 7th, a 3-3 tie. Levi Caiucci ready. And he comes back to the plate, misses high. Well, he did miss high and inside, but it's a called strike, and Spencer Scott takes a little stroll outside the box. 1-2 the count. A tough inning for the Knights just in terms of the administration of the strike zone, I dare say. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down in a 3-3 tie in the bottom of the 7th. Levi Caiucci, the 4th pitcher of the day for the Pickles, kicks and comes back to the plate. That's taken a little bit high. Ball 2, 2-2. Kiko Romero on deck. The Knights in the Northwest Star Academy tomorrow will have it here. 6:25 pregame on 1240 Joe Radio. 2-2 to Spencer Scott. Levi to the plate, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good job by Caiucci. And the Pickles have swung this thing. The momentum in their camp. We'll see if the Knights can wrest it back. We go to the 8th after 7. The Pickles 3 and the Knights 3 on 1240 Joe Radio.
The Corvallis Knights are champions, having won 5 straight West Coast Baseball League titles. And the team at Tax and Wealth Management in Corvallis are champions too. Does your business need help developing a winning program? With 46 years in business, they have what you need to develop and execute your game plan into a championship. See David Mendenhall, Bill Heck, or Robert Berry. Their team has the strategy you need for tax planning and saving for your financial future. Visit taxandwealthmanagement.com or call 541-753-4185. That's 753-4185 and get in the game.
Planning an Oregon staycation this year? You'll find a great selection of warm weather shirts, sandals, hats, even summer suits and sport coats for those special events. We have it all at the Natty Dresser, from hats to shoes and everything in between. You'll find everything the well-dressed man needs by brands you trust. Our services include suit rentals, alterations, and custom made-to-measure shirts. The Natty Dresser, purveyors of quality menswear, now open Monday through Saturday in the heart of historic downtown Albany. Dress well, be confident, find success.
Are you a veteran living in Lynn County? You qualify for benefits that you earned. Home loans, disability compensation, health care, transportation, and more. You've earned them. Use them. Call 541-967-3882 and let Lynn County's Veteran Services help you. Do you know a veteran living in Lynn County? Help them call 541-967-3882. Lynn County Veteran Services can help them take advantage of benefits they earned. Lynn County Veteran Services, serving our local veterans.
1240 Joe Radio.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Ethan Ross, top of the 8th inning, a 3-3 tie, missing on the first pitch. The 1-0 pitch swung out and missed by Wyatt King in the count 1-1. 2 runs in the top of the 7th for the Pickles, one of them unearned to pull even at 3. Now Ethan back to the plate, a fly ball to right field. Ethan Lovelace moves over a few steps. Ethan makes the catch. 1 away. And Kyler Stancato, 0 for 3 on the day, will come to the plate. The Pickles rising up for 2 last inning, taking advantage of 2 Knights' errors and a leadoff walk. But Ethan Ross coming in to get Eddie Saldivar Jr., Jose Ruiz, and now is retired Wyatt King, so he's faced 3, retired 3, misses to Stancato. 1-0 to Kyler, the former Corvallis Knight. Ross delivers to his former teammate. Fastball misses low and inside, ball 2, 2-0. Jackson Vanderbrake on deck. 3-3, top of the 8th inning. Ethan back to the plate, low. Ball 3, 3-0. The attendance today, 1,638. Another good crowd on this hot Sunday afternoon in the Mid-Valley. The 3-0 pitch, low and inside, ball 4. Stancato drawing the 4-pitch walk. Jackson Vanderbrake, perhaps the most important plate appearance of the game, drew a walk to open the 7th inning after the Knights had scored 3 and seemingly game. Vanderbrake did a great job leading off the 7th by inducing ball 4, and the inning was on. The Pickles scored 2 to pull even. Now a 1-out walk here to Stancato. Jackson Vanderbrake at the plate takes a fastball on the inside corner from the Knights lefty. 0-1 the count. Knights baseball presented by Oregon State Credit Union. If you live or work in one of 24 western or central Oregon counties, then you're entitled to membership privileges and the full financial services at Oregon State Credit Union. Ethan strike 1 pitch, down and away. You can join the credit union online or at one of their 12 branches, OregonStateCU.com. Oregon State Credit Union, investing in our communities and dedicated to creating financial solutions toward making local lives better. 3-3, top of the 8th. Stancato at first. The pitch missing down and in to Jackson Vanderbrake. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. The Pickles have lost 3 in a row. The Knights have won 7 in a row. But the Pickles trying to snap out of a little bit of a funk, get a win here today, and go home still in first place in the second half of the West Coast League South Division race. The 2-1 pitch from Ethan misses for ball 3, 3-1. Jacob Jablonski on deck. The Knights dispatched a pitcher into the bullpen after ball 4 to the last batter. Not quite sure whom would be getting up first, but some activity will begin shortly if it hasn't already back of Ethan. 3-1. The pitch on the way, low and away. That runs the count full to 3-2. I don't know if a strike was called on a pitch that I was already charting down as a ball. It's possible. But it is 3-2 now in this 3-3 tie. Stancato held on by Kiko Romero. He doesn't go, and the 3-2 pitch is ball 4. And down to first base goes Jackson Vanderbrake. Jackson's done a nice job. Back-to-back innings with the Pickles in need of a win today to maintain a hold on first. Will Clark will begin to throw in the Knights bullpen. He heads down that direction. But Jackson Vanderbrake getting on to lead off last inning. The young man out of Yakima and is heading off to Chapel Hill to compete for the outstanding program at North Carolina after a strong spring at Tacoma Community College. Getting a walk for the second straight plate appearance, bringing the switch hitting Jablonski to the plate with 2 on and 1 out in the 8th of a 3-3 tie. Jacob swings and rolls one slowly foul towards Coach Barkas. 0-1 the count. 1,638, and it's a crowd, pretty much of a sunbake gathering. The little shade that we do have, the Omaha room provides some, as does the overhang of the McGrath family press box. There are umbrellas popped up throughout the ballpark. Heading toward a high of 91. The strike 1 pitch missing high, and the count 1-1 up to about 86 now. But it's bearing down over Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. A slight breeze. We feel it here every once in a while, blowing slightly across from left to right. 3-3, top of the 8th. Stancato at second, Vanderbrake at first. Ethan Ross out of the stretch. The 1-1 big breaking ball misses high. Ball 2-1. Brooke Knight and Bo Kearns are conversing at the top of the steps on the near side of the Corvallis Knights dugout. My sense is Ethan is not long for the game if Jablonski gets on in any way, shape, or form. 2 on, 1 out, a 3-3 tie in the 8th. Ethan set, comes to the plate. Jablonski fouls it straight back to the netting to even the count at 2-2. Nick Upstill, a left-handed hitter on deck. Brooke would love to leave Ethan in for that matchup, although Will Clark is the guy throwing now, and on this warm day it won't take long for Will or anyone to get loose. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on and 1 out, a 3-3 tie. Top of the 8th inning. The Pickles threatening after back-to-back walks to Stancato and Vanderbrake. The 2-2 pitch is popped up on the right side. Going out is Kennel. Romero coming in. The right fielder, Loveless, comes on to make the catch. Nice job by Ethan, 2 down. He took charge in a play that had danger written all over it with Kennel and Romero retreating and nearly converging. Loveless did a good job to recognize all of that, read the play, and make the catch for out number 2. So Ross gets the matchup that he wants. Nick Upstill is a very good hitter, but it is left on left. Nick has grounded to third, struck out, and aboard on an error last inning. And he scored the second run, thus an unearned run, to tie the ball game at 3. Now trying to give the Pickles the lead. Ethan delivers way outside, ball 1, 1-0. 3-3, top of the 8th inning, 2 on and 2 out when the Knights bat in the bottom half. Romero, Knight, and Smith, the scheduled hitters. 2 on and 2 out in the top of the 8th inning of a 3-3 tie. Ethan from the stretch glances back at Kyler Stancato and misses low. Ball 2, 2-0 to Upstill. The right-hand hitting Michael Campagna on deck. 2 balls and no strikes the count. Nick Upstill with a chance to deliver a clutch hit and give the Pickles the lead back. The 2-0 pitch on the way, lifted foul to the left into the upper grandstand above the Riley Concourse. 2 balls and a strike. A gentleman encumbered with an umbrella keeps the umbrella, goes down and finds the baseball. Did a good job to maintain a grip on the umbrella. I think that slowed him down in pursuit, but he gets the ball for his youngster anyway. Nice moment here at Goss. 2 balls and a strike to Nick Upstill with 2 on and 2 out. Nick swings. It's a ground ball Eli Kennel's way. Eli goes to second for some reason for the force, and the inning is over. The play is to first base there, but Spencer Scott was there to make the play and retire the side. I'm a little surprised Eli went to his Keystone partner, but it works out on the fielder's choice, 4-6 to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's still the Pickles 3 and the Knights 3 on 1240 Joe Radio.
We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Island Bowl, family entertainment for young and old. The good times roll, great food, good fun. That's Highland Bowl. We set 'em up, you knock 'em down. Highland Bowl.
North 9th Street, Corvallis.
Dave's Performance Hybrids is the Willamette Valley's Prius experts and your Toyota dealer alternative. Dave's is now offering hybrid battery warranty extension for every Prius. If your Prius has an original battery or was replaced somewhere else and has expired, invest in Dave's hybrid battery warranty extension before it fails and save 50% off the price of a 1 to 5 year warranty, including testing. Need an oil change? Get $20 off your next oil service at Dave's Performance Hybrids. Off I-5 and Highway 20 in Albany. Online at davesperformancehybrids.com.
The versatile Kubota B Series is a do-it-all tractor. Part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. You can run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. The Kubota B Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
1240 Joe Radio.
Bottom of the 8th inning, a 3-3 tie. Good ball game. We've had a bunch of those of late. Back-to-back walk-off wins for the Knights against Cowlitz and then Portland. And now Kiko Romero, who's grounded out twice and was intentionally walked and scored in the 6th out in front of Kiyuchi's first pitch. Swings and misses. 0-1 the count. 3-3, bottom of the 8th. Kiko Romero, Briley Knight, and Tanner Smith. Under towards about 91 before the day is out. The strike one pitch. Kiko hit by the pitch, and he's already ailing a little bit when he scored on a play at the plate back in the 6th inning. He stayed in the game, but he trots down to first. The Knights hoping to take advantage now of a hit batter to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Briley Knight to the plate. Everybody in Papa Knight's roster, everybody is asked to bunt here and there. And Briley, although the cleanup hitter, might indeed be asked to in this case. He does not have a sacrifice hit yet in his 17 games since returning to the Knights. Kiko Romero, the go-ahead run at first. We'll see if he's up there to bunt. Briley does get it down right out in front of the plate. Grabbed by Campagna. The throw to first is in time. So Brooks says, son, you're giving yourself up. And Briley does so excellently, moving Kiko Romero into second on the sacrifice. 1-3, one away. Tanner Smith to the plate with a chance to give the Knights the lead with a base hit. Brooke Knight, Bo Kearns, and Ed Nags were visiting between innings about the pitching plan, I think on the basis of, hey, we get the lead here, what's our plan? And Bo is just coming back in from the Knights bullpen where he went down to share said plan with whomever it is it's been dispatched to the bullpen. Tanner Smith takes a first pitch a little bit high, ball one, 1-0. Tanner, a clutch run batted in the 6th inning to give the Knights the 2-1 lead. They added to it to make it 3-1, but were caught by the Pickles shortly thereafter in the 7th. We're in the 8th, a 3-3 tie. Romero at second, one out. Big breaking ball bends in for a strike to Tanner. 1-1 to Tanner Smith. Kiko Romero at second, one out, a 3-3 tie in the bottom of the 8th inning. Logan Johnstone on deck. The right-hander Levi Cayucci comes set, glances back at Kiko, kicks and comes to the plate, a check swing and a fastball taken, and on appeal, no swing. And he's right this time. 2 balls and a strike to Tanner Smith. Logan Johnstone, the left-handed hitter, waiting his turn. The right-hander Levi Cayucci ready, comes to the plate, breaking ball just missed, and the catcher Michael Campagna kind of a flinch, a double take after the umpire did not raise his right arm. And the count goes to 3-1. Kiko Romero getting his lead from second. Smith and Romero helped the Knights win the West Coast League last year, trying to help them take the lead. Kiko's going to third. The pitch misses for ball 4, and Romero is safely in. Excellent base running on Kiko's part. He may be ailing a little bit, but Cayucci is pretty slow to the plate. A deliberate approach, big leg kick. Neither middle infielder was darting in, bird-dogging Romero at all, and so Kiko read all of that and took advantage of it. Swipes third, a stolen base. That means All-Pro Property Services, Papa's Pizza, and Pape Material Handling come together to make a contribution to Community Outreach, Inc. The Knights with runners at the corners and one out for Logan Johnstone. Brooke Knight is fond of the safety squeeze. He used the suicide squeeze earlier in the week. First and third, one out in a 3-3 tie. Cayucci from the stretch delivers. It looks like the safety is on. Bunted in the air. A diving catch made. Romero came all the way down the line from third and will go back safely to third. The diving catch made by the receiver Michael Campagna. Good play by Campagna. 2 down as Logan Johnstone bunts in the air, fair, and a good catch by Campagna. With 2 away, Timo Becerra will be the batter. Campagna a little bit slow. Thank you, Brooks. A little bit slow to get up and get back into the fray. Adley Rutschman went 2 for 3 today in the Orioles' 6-7 loss to the Yankees. The former Beaver and Knight with his 18th double of the season and going 2 for 3. Stephen Kwan hit his second home run of the year today. The White Sox losing their ball game 6-3. Kwani went 2 for 4 with his second homer in the major leagues. Thank you for that, Brooks, providing updates on former Knights and Beavers in one fell swoop. Timo Becerra, the batter, runners at the corners, 2 down in a 3-3 tie. Excellent play by Michael Campagna laying out to make the catch a few feet in front of the plate. And now Timo will try to come through with a clutch 2-out hit with runners at the corners and 2 down. Out of the stretch works Caiucci, and Levi delivers a ground ball into left field, base hit. Kiko Romero scores. Timo Becerra comes through. The Knights regain the lead at 4-3. On the play, Tanner Smith advances to second. And Tanner's future teammate at Oregon State, Eli Kennel, trying to shake off a little bit of frustration today. He's been up 3 times, has struck out 3 times. Comes to the plate now with a chance to drive in a big bit of insurance for the Knights. He takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 the count. 4-3 Knights in the bottom of the 8th inning. Taking advantage of the free pass to open the inning. A hit batter, 3 of them today from Pickles pitching, which has otherwise been superb. 4-3 Knights, bottom of the 8th inning, 2 on and 2 out. 0-1 to Eli Kennel. Caiucci delivers in the turf. Nice block by Michael Campagna. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. In the 9th for Portland, Michael Campagna, Peyton Allen, and Eddie Saldivar Jr., the scheduled hitters. We mentioned that the Brain Trust for the Knights was talking about their pitching plan before this inning began. We'll see who'll get the ball to try to close it out in the 9th. The Knights hoping to render that task a little bit easier. Eli, a big swing and a miss. He's been pretty big today. And he's got a powerful swing, but maybe I'm not quite sure how to read what's going on. I know his father Jeremy's here, and they work diligently together. Eli's a tremendous hitter. But he has struck out 3 times, and the timing a little bit off today. Behind the count, 1-2, 2 on and 2 down. Levi Caiucci delivers, and the 1-2 pitch hit high in the air to right. Nick Upstill moving over. Into foul territory he goes, and Upstill makes the catch deep in the right field corner in foul grounds to retire the side. The Knights pick up the go-ahead run. They're 3 outs away from the win. Whom will they turn to? We'll find out. They'll start with Ethan Ross to try to close it out. And Ethan hopes to get the job done as we go to the top of the 9th inning. It's the Knights 4 and the Pickles 3 going to the 9th on 1240 Joe Radio.
I just got home from a fishing trip to find that we had a new patio with pavers and everything. I told my wife I didn't want to do it. So she went ahead, put the plans together, and went to Philomath Rental where she got all the tools she needed, and they showed her how to use the equipment. The patio looks great. Now she's planning more projects. Thank you, Philomath Rental.
Philomath Rental, next to Landmark Realty, 1.5 miles west of the Sunset Shopping Center. For tools and equipment for home, farm, and business, check out Philomath Rental.
Taste the incredible flavors of India at Evergreen Indian Restaurant. Enjoy delicious made-to-order Indian cuisine using traditional recipes and fresh ingredients, including a variety of entrees and tandoori specials. Evergreen Indian Restaurant is open for takeout orders from 11:30 to 2:30 p.m. and open for dine-in and takeout from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. daily except Tuesdays. View the menu and order online at evergreenindianrestaurant.com on Southwest 3rd in downtown Corvallis and West 7th in Eugene. Evergreen Indian Restaurant.
Where did it happen?
Mow, dig, haul, lift. The versatile Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor does it all. easy to switch attachments, a smooth hydrostatic transmission. The BX series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your local Kubota dealer is Lynn Benton Tractor
Okay.
on Highway 99E in Tangent. See it at lynnbentontractor.com.
1240 Joe Radio.
Top of the ninth inning, 4-3 Knights. Left-hander Ethan Ross starts Michael Campagna with a strike. The 0-1 fastball, strike two on the inside corner. Campagna turns, stares, disgruntled. The third base coach, Jordan Barkas, turned his back on home plate as well. 0-2 to Campagna, leading matters off for the Pickles in the ninth. The Knights with a 4-3 lead. Ethan Ross trying to bring it home. Breaking ball taken, and just because Campagna got upset about the previous pitch doesn't mean you don't need to call that one. On a pretty good pitch from Ross. Now the 1-2 pitch is low, ball 2-2. The Knights dugout reacted as one, very frustrated that the hitter, Campagna, wasn't rung up on the breaking ball from Ross. Ethan kicks and comes 2-2. Past Kelly Craig and up into the Jack Riley concourse. Popped out, fouled out, and singled home a run. The Knights taking advantage of a leadoff hit batsman to take the lead in the bottom of the eighth. Ethan Ross's 2-2 pitch, a check swing on appeal. No swing. Boy, I'll tell you what, that base umpire owed the Knights one. And he leading things off in the top of the ninth inning. 4-3 Knights. Ethan Ross rocks, kicks, and delivers. Fastball taken. Strike three called. He finally gets his man. And with apologies to Groucho and Horton. Right side, a young man out of Fresno. Romero at first, Eli Kennel at second, shaded up the middle. Spencer Scott at short, Timo Becerra at third. The 2-1 pitch fouled at the plate and the count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the outfield, Briley Knight in left, Logan Johnstone in center, Ethan Lovelace in right. The hitter is Peyton Allen, facing an outfield alignment fanned out straight away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, top of the ninth. The 2-2 pitch hit sharply into right field. Base hit. Nice piece of hitting by Peyton Allen. Serving it the other way, and the Pickles have the tying run on base. And Eddie Saldivar Jr., the designated hitter, will come to the plate. Mark Magdaleno will make a change and bring Keith Jones II out of Washington State. And from Brentwood, California, Keith Jones II will run for Peyton Allen. In the top of the ninth inning, the tying run on for the Portland Pickles. Portland had the initial lead in this one with a run in the first. The Knights scored 3 in the sixth. The Pickles pulled even with 2 in the seventh. The Knights scratched out a run in the bottom of the eighth. And now here in the ninth, the 1-run Knights lead. Keith Jones II, the pinch runner for Coach Magdaleno's Pickles. The game being played under protest by Coach Magdaleno when Briley Knight was hit by a pitch to force in a run. And at that point, Magdaleno indicated he was playing the game under protest. Eddie Saldivar Jr. at the plate, and the pitch gets through Tanner Smith to the backstop. Likely a wild pitch, and That puts the tying run at second with one out. And a count of 1 ball and no strikes to Eddie. And a base hit here would pull the Pickles even. 4-3 in the top of the 9th inning. Jose Ruiz, the on-deck hitter. Ethan Ross out of the stretch. The 1-0 pitch on the way, swung on and tapped foul at the plate off of Eddie's front foot. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. The Knights at home again tomorrow night, a non-league game. We'll have it for you beginning at 6:25 with a pregame against the Northwest All-Star Academy. 1 ball, 1 strike to Eddie Saldivar Jr., 1 for 3 with a double. The tying run at second. Eddie swings and hits it foul to the left. Waldo way out of play. 1-2 the count. Ethan Ross looking for a big out here. Has Saldivar down in the count, 1-2. Peyton Allen, a base hit, being run for by Keith Jones, the second, who gets his lead. The 1-2 breaking ball taken, strike 3 called, 2 down. Excellent pitch by Ethan Ross. The Pickles are down to their final out. We'll see a pinch hitter now for Jose Ruiz. The Pickles are getting Latrey McCullum an opportunity here to pinch hit. Latrey has been the starting left fielder most of the summer for the Pickles. Latrey pinch hits here in the top of the 9th inning, looking for a 2-out hit to try to pull this ball game even. A good summer for Latrey, 303 with a homer and 10 runs batted in. McCullum out of UC Santa Barbara, Murrieta, California, and trying to deliver a 2-out hit to pull the Pickles even. If the Pickles get out of Goss with a win, they go home in first place, up 1 on the Knights in the South. Ethan Ross looking for that 27th out to deliver sole possession of first place to the Knights here in the second half after clinching the first. McCullum backs away from a fastball from Ethan inside, ball 1, 1-0. Top of the 9th inning, 4-3. The Knights in front, trying to win their 8th straight and assume sole possession of first. The tying run, Keith Jones the second at second. The 1-0 pitch is low and inside, ball 2, 2-0. Wyatt King in the on-deck circle for the Portland Pickles. 4-3 Knights, top of the 9th inning, 2 outs. Latrey McCullum in a good hitter's count, with Keith Jones the second, the tying run, getting his lead from second. The 2-0 pitch, low and inside, ball 3, 3-0. Brooke and Eddie and Bo all talking, and Bo's nodding something. We'll see if that means they're nodding about, hey, if this guy gets on, do we do this? Well, we'll see. The 3-0 pitch on the way, McCullum takes a strike, and the count 3-1. But the 3 coaches talking about what their plan would be if McCullum gets on. A 4-3 Knights lead. The tying run at second, top of the 9th, 2 down. 3 balls and a strike to the pinch hitter, Latrey McCullum. Ethan Ross out of the stretch, delivers, fastball in there, strike 2. 3-2 the count. Ethan Ross has fanned 2. He's a strike in recording the save and bringing home a huge win for the Knights. The fans making some noise here under the sun late on this ball game here at Goss Stadium at Coleman Field. 3-2 to Latrey McCullum. Ethan Ross delivers, fastball, swung on and missed, strike 3. Ross comes back to fan McCullum and strike out the side. Big win for Ethan Ross and the Corvallis Knights. They win it by a final score of 4-3 and sweep this series and the season series against the Pickles. The Knights are 6-0 against the Portland Pickles this year, and with their 8th straight win, move into sole possession of first place in the West Coast League South Division. The Knights now at 12-4. Portland has dropped 4 straight and falls to 11-5. The Knights hope to stay on their roll tomorrow night when they take on the Northwest All-Star Academy. We'll have it for you in a non-league ball game, 6:25 pregame and a 6:35 first pitch. The Knights scratch out a win, scoring a run in the 8th. Kiko Romero hit by a pitch in the bottom of the 8th, sacrificed to second by Briley Knight. Tanner Smith then getting on base. Logan Johnstone fouled out. Tanner getting on ball 4. Logan fouled out, then team